Second by Terry Norsworthy. Is there further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Let the record show it passed unanimously. Up next, consider repairs and ongoing maintenance at well number 6. This is for those of you listening, this is the well over by the Owens, Illinois plant on the east side of town.
This is the well that is, the tanks are in violation with TCEQ. We went out for a request for qualifications. We received 3 bidders on that Caldwell tank, Tank Pro, and McGuire Iron. We looked at all our qualifications and we selected Caldwell Tank. They have built one of our tanks on the well yard. This is a major undertaking. The tank was built in 1964, and it's been, over the years, I won't say neglected, but it hadn't been really brought up to speed. We painted it, and the Hurricane Rita in 2005 water blasted it, and it's beginning to rust. There's some major issues with it. The well, the elevated tank and the ground tank is going to cost $583,300 to get them up to rebuilt and repainted with the lead abated. And then we're going to go into a maintenance and reconditioning deal with Caldwell, pay them $17,000 a year and $11,000 on the ground tank. And we won't have, they'll do all the inspections and all the reporting to TCEQ. This is, Caldwell will finance this for 5 years, and with in my memo transmittal to you, it says that the 612-526 will be spread over 5 years, payable monthly, and we can pay it out of the NISCO reserve account to be repaid at no interest back to that fund.
Over what period of time? 5 years?
I have a question on it.
Ma'am,
What was the question?
over how many years? It'll be 5 years.
Tell me, what kind of warranty we getting on this?
Sir?
What kind of warranty getting on the tank when they finish?
Once they paint them and we go into the maintenance, we don't ever pay for another paint job. We pay $17,000 a year on overhead, and they come in and they'll pre-wash them and touch them up, and then when it comes down to the next paint job, I don't know, the one on Temple was painted in '87 and they painted it 3 years ago, so however many years that is, they'll come in and repaint it, and it won't be the $526,000 or anything anymore.
So in other words, this is a lifetime warranty.
Isn't that the way you understood it, Greg?
Yes, as long as we pay the maintenance contract and they come do that TCEQ inspection and all that every year for us.
But this one has got some anchor issues, but the nuts completely rusted off the threads. And
I know either way we go, we have the problem of lead abatement because of the lead paint that was used in the 60s to paint that tank, the original base. But what is, just because I'm not knowledgeable, what is the cost if we constructed a new elevated tank?
Just the elevator's about 1.1 million.
Oh.
We looked at both aspects, what would be best to replace or.
Because if you've got paint problems, you've got lead problems, and then you've got anchor problems. What, are these anchor problems going to be rectified?
yes.
Okay, and who's going to inspect all this work after it's done?
We will, and our engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tom, I know you said you took 3 bids on it. Was Caldwell the lowest bid?
Yes.
And if we don't do it, what are we looking at in fines? Pretty big.
You don't want
You know,
They can even shut the system down. They can come in and we're non-compliant and they just say, you don't have any water for any year. 7,590 citizens.
Move this,
Councilman Land has moved to accept this bid of Caldwell Tank and go forward with the work. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alton Scott. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is anyone opposed? Let the record show passed unanimously. We have up next, consider reappointment of board members to the JEDCO board. And is this going with the same board, or is there a change here? I think this is the same board, is it not?
It's the same board, Mayor.
Okay.
Same
I
board
didn't,
members.
okay, that is Sid Stover, Joe Molina, Eddie Hopkins, Danny Walker, Ed Pugh, Jimmy Ellis, and Herman Wright Jr.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made by Councilmember Sayers. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any questions or discussions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed say nay. Let the record, you abstain, Mr. Land?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let the record show that it passed unanimously with the exception of Mr. Land, who abstained from the vote. We have entertained motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Motion heard, second.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
You guys ready? What did council decide when it comes to a recall petition?
Well, there wasn't any decision made because there was a motion made in the case of each councilman that there's a recall, but there was no second, so the issue failed.
So basically what happens now, there won't be an election or
Well, I'm not an attorney, get that very clear, but I have been told by the attorneys that now that we're going to move to a higher court, to a courthouse decision. And I understand it'll either go to district court or appellate court.
to do what?
To issue possibly the petitioners would most likely, we suspect, seek file an action in either district court or appellate court asking that court to order the recall election.
Do you know when that will take place?
No idea. Well, if there is a recall election, it'll be in November.
On the last council meeting, or the agenda that you scratched out, the investigation that the council members have called to the petition. Is there a reason why you did that?
I can tell you exactly why I did that. It did not fall within the procedure that was outlined in the charter for the petition, recall, and so on. Now, we got to remember that as mayor, I have to be mayor for the people that are calling for this recall, and then I have to also be mayor for the people that do not want this recall. The bottom line is that they received enough signatures on the petition to ask that the issue be put to the people. And if that's the case, then the people need to make that decision. I was instructed that it was against procedure the way it was going about. So I consulted with the city's attorney, and he said that the city council could not call people up here and question them. I mean, the deal basically, the first thing they wanted it in executive session, which it couldn't be an executive session, okay? It has to be an open session, okay? The second thing was that they wanted basically, as I understand, call notary publics and other people up here and question them about the procedure. And my view on that was that, and the city attorney agreed, that if they think somebody's done something criminally wrong or falsified documents or something, they need to be up at the courthouse calling for an investigation. As a mayor, I can't call anybody down here and question them about anything. I don't have that right. And as the city council, it's my decision, the city attorney's decision, that they didn't have the right to call anyone in and question them about anything. Now, if they, once again, if they feel that something's been done wrong, if there's a crime occurred, they need to be up on the hill talking to the district attorney and asking him to call an investigation. He has power to do this.
One of the sections, one of the
It
sections
says
says about the investigation.
They have a right as a city council to call an investigation, section 3.13.
I was under the understanding from the city attorney that that is into city activities. In other words, if there was a problem in the garbage department, if there was some bookkeeping errors or something within the city, they can do that within the city bounds of city government. But they can't be calling random people in off the streets of Jasper and questioning.
But also says here that they can call witnesses.
Well, sir, I'm not an attorney. Maybe you are. I based my decision. The city has attorneys that tell me what is legal and what's not, and I made my decision based on what the city attorney told me.
Now, we've been told that the city attorney didn't give you any legal advice. Is that true?
Well, I have a letter that came to me from him. So, I mean, yes, he did give me advice, and he was here a minute ago, so you can go ask him if he's still here.
Well, we just asked him to his comments. So.
Well,
I was told by someone that he said that he didn't give you legal counsel. What
well,
does it make you feel that he said that?
I can't say who said what because I don't know. I can tell you that I sought legal counsel with him because I'm not an attorney, and I can't make decisions on legalities as made. I have to go by what the city attorney tells me is the law.
Can I ask you a question? Going back to the statement you made about the next step, had this been voted down, you talked about like having a court order the recall. Had the council members voted it down, I know no decision was made tonight, but had they voted it down, would that next step still be a higher court?
It depends, I understand, on what the petitioners want. It depends on how far they want to take it.
Any information concerning regarding the Attorney General saying let it be in the hands of the council? I mean, would that play that the decision is ultimately up to the council members?
Well, again, you guys are backing me in the corner. I'm not an attorney. But,
I respect
but
that.
I was told that the city council's duty, once that number of people had signed that petition, that it was the city council's duty to call the next election and set the date. Now, they chose not to do that here tonight. I mean, you really need to be asking them why they didn't do it.
I respect that, but also, I tried to speak with the council that was hired by the city from Houston. He also refused to speak with us regarding that, so we apologize for having to ask you these questions because your attorneys won't answer them. But my next question for you is that, and I just want to give you an opportunity to respond to the city hiring outside counsel without the council members' approval. You said that can be done.
Well, different attorneys do not understand different facets of the law. For instance, you have people that are very good in the area of divorce. You have people that are very good in the area of electrical power purchases. You have people that are very good in the areas of medical practice and real estate. And from time to time, the city has sought other counsel, or our council has sought other counsel in areas that he wasn't sure of.
Without council approval.
And I think you'll find that as the case in every city.
Yeah, okay. And that's without council approval?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Anything next with the next agenda?
I really don't know, because what we've been doing is the city secretary and the attorneys have been researching the law. There's some areas of this, you all understand that there's case law in some of this. So sometimes, even though a rule is written in a book, that rule does not apply because a higher court or a court somewhere has said that rule is to be interpreted a certain way. There's been a lot of study in case law, and I can tell you that this is new ground for the city of Jasper.
One of the Kansas City Council members have mentioned that she feels that you're dividing the city. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I'm going to ask you all a question, too. I was very shocked that, as a reporter, the first question I would ask here in the last few hearings is when everyone come forth saying that I had picked the police chief and told him it was a done deal. I did not have a single reporter call me or come to me and ask me, did you say that or not? Well,
sorry, sir, this is my first time.
Yeah,
and we didn't air that. I don't air hearsay.
Well, I understand, but what I'm saying, every city council member, or the ones that are complaining, say that I started all this and that I'm the cause of this. Well, I'm going to tell you this, that I will stand on the grounds tonight and I will say what I've said all along. I never promised anybody the job of police chief. I don't even have a vote in the matter unless there's a tie. So how could I have been that stupid to promise something that I could not give? And I have repeatedly said and challenged somebody to come forth that heard me say that. And they will not come forth. They will